And everyone, let's look at how to insert record into our database table using LifetechOCMS framework. So firstly, let's go to our documentation page. You can search Maplite from our documentation, click on anyone you want, then you read on it. So what we want to do in this video is this interface, this book registration, we want to register, fill in the data here and register it into our database for record purposes. So next, we already have our model connected to this table, TB book registration here. So we are going to work on our controller now to see when we click on this register book, instead of returning this ISBN number, it should insert into the database for us. So we go to our controller back, look at the controller that is controlling the button register new book. Fine, this is it here, sub-reg book, that is the controller name. So in our one of our last videos, we have discussed about the request that is taking our data from the front end. So the next one we want to do now is that we want to write a Maplite ORM, object relation mapping, to get this our data and send it to the database. So let's work on our database first. Before we continue, we need to import our model. There is a video on how to import our model. So import the module name, which should be MDE book, and the model name, which is this. So this is the content I use to connect to the database table. So I need to import it if I want to if I want to connect to the database. So already I've imported my models. So now let me go to my syntax library to copy a syntax on how to insert into database so that to make my work faster. So I will go to Maplite, then I will pick the one of insert topic. So this is it here. Let me tab it in so that it can be easy for us. So I will love to change this book model variable, book model. Fine. So I will connect my book model to the table name. You can see the format. What is my table name? My table name from the model is TB book registration. So that is my database name. My database table. So I will say that here, capital letter T. So now I will now look at all the attributes from this table here. All the attributes from this table. The one I want to insert, I decide that I don't want to insert to ISBN number for now. I don't want to insert to author name for now. So the one I want to insert to, then I will now call on them. So I will just say I need the LifeTech general ID, LifeTech general ID. I want to insert into LifeTech table status. Fine. Let me copy and paste to make it faster. I want to insert into, there is ISBN. I want to insert into author name. Okay, for now I'm not going to insert into the quantity here. let me leave that. So fine, what are the value I want to insert into all these parameters, into all these field names? So this general ID, LifeTech has a function called a LifeTech general ID, which is encrypted, is generated by a LifeTech function with a 15 unique digit. That unique digit will not make anyone to predict your record ID. So table status, I want to set it to 1. I want to save 1 anytime. Okay, I want to save is 0, as if I'm deactivating the record. So the ISBN number, I want it to be the one that is coming from the HTTP request. Don't forget, we have discussed about request in our last video, in one of our last videos. So let me say I want it to be the request of author name. That means that this author name is one of the elements that is coming from this HTML here, which is this one. So let me proceed. I want the author name also. No, okay, this is ISBN rather. Let me copy this out. Let me push it here. So I want this one to be ISBN number. That is, I want the element that comes from this HTML ISBN number to be saved into my database model ISBN number. I want my request that is coming from author name element to be saved in my book model author name. So after I've done that, now you can see this. Now I will now say book model save. No, it is not save, it is insert. Sorry, we have updated it to insert. So I will now say insert. Automatically the Maplite will take all these things. Once it adds this function, it will insert it. So let's try and see whether this is working and come back for explanation. So this is our page here. Let me run the code. Let me go and run the code. Where is the book registration? This is the book registration. Let me run the code. Okay, ISBN number, let me put 88888 a author name. Let me put Ajay there. Let me put quantity, let me put 5. Don't forget, we did not bind any value to this, that we don't want this to save into the database for now. If you look at our code editor here, you will see that QTY is not part of the model attributes that we are saving, so it will not get any value. But let's put data there and see whether it will save. So I'm going to register book now. So let's check and see whether we got the record in our database. Let's refresh our database here. You can see now it has already inserted. Very simple here. So I can say that this one, after I've inserted, so I don't need to echo this one anymore. After I've inserted, I can say echo record inserted successfully. Record inserted successfully. So I stop this here. So now I want to insert for you can see in my application here the table status is 0, the quantity also is 0 because we did not put value for it. Then we can now say that okay, now we want a quantity to get value. We can come back to our controller and say before it insert, then we want a quantity to be inserted. So what is the model name for quantity? If you look at the model here, the database here, it is a QTI. So I'm going to put QTI. And also, what is the HTML, the request quantity name? Go to HTML. Don't forget, it should be the same thing. Now this is my quantity element HTML. The name I gave it is a quantity, so this is the name I'm going to call on it. Then I'm going to say request quantity. The value that is coming from HTTP request quantity should be saved into the database feed of QTI. So I'm going to save it now. I've said record inserted successfully. So let me go and try it again. So let me go to my front end. Let me refresh. ISBN number now is going to be 777. Author name, let me say Akinde Lafi. Quantity is going to be A. Let's go and see whether quantity is going to receive value now, and register it. Now you can see it has said record inserted successfully. So let's go and run our page and see. So you can see it got quantity now, and got 77, got this now. So it is inserting automatically now. So this is how you can insert into your database. Don't forget, you are going to import your model. You need to have gone to create your model that will connect to that table name. After that, you import your model to this controller so that the controller can be able to communicate to your model. Then after that, you can pick a syntax of any Maplite language you want to, a Maplite function you want to use. For this insert now, you are going to create an object instance of that table name since you have communicated with the model. Okay, after you've done that, now you now need to write all your database table field name and point it or link it to any value you want to get in. This is how you do it. After you have done all those things, then you just say the database model to insert. Automatically it will insert into this model, and the model will pick it and send it to the database for insertion. So this is how we save. This is how we save our record in a LifeTech database Maplite ORM. So there are other ways to do that. You can insert direct SQL, but this is one of the fastest means. Thank you so much.